than Betty's tongue, the poor thing. She adjusted the wisp of netting against her silver curls. She required emergency surgery, which Colin paid for, but the congregation hosted a bake sale to pay us back. Colin Rourke preferred golf to Jesus, and more conservative parishioners took offense to his priorities. But mostly, they resented Flo for taking the most eligible bachelor in Samford off the market. Any chance to snub her they took with glee. Not very Christian behavior, but Flo didn't care. Flo didn't believe in getting mad. She believed in getting even, and she looked fabulous doing it. We need to hurry this along. I checked the clunky gold watch my husband wore for 40 years before I picked up the habit to feel closer to him. Service begins in 30 minutes. I would do the honors. Flo extended her leg to flash her white pumps. But they're new. More meow-meows? Betty reached us with a grunt of effort. How many pairs of shoes do you need? The designer is Mew Mew. Flo's lips crimped in a hard line. Though I would hardly expect someone who still hunts Pokémon to appreciate art. She curled her lip at Betty's black orthotic sneakers. Or style. I have grandkids. Betty twisted and sat on her walker's built-in seat. Of course I catch Pokémon. That app reminds me of our rookie year in WitchLight. I cracked a smile. Those were the days. Our handler, Walter Gleason, dumped us into a pond with a Kelpie stallion on our first day. The thing almost drowned Joan, broke 2 of Ida's ribs, and dislocated Betty's shoulder. Flo froze, and it was her or me. I threw myself in front of the charging beast, stuck to its gummy fur, and it hauled me under. We passed the test on a technicality. I did catch it, as per our assignment, but it caught me right back. Had Wally been a hair slower, it would have drowned me and then eaten me. He's coming. The 4 of us angled toward the flagstone path as Joan burst through the garden gate in a lather. Pastor Joe. Her quilted purse thumped hard against her back. He just left the pastorium. The small house provided for the pastor sat maybe a 1/4 acre from the church. We didn't have much time to handle this before he got here and started asking questions. Good thing I favored orthotics with a nice chunky sole, too. A loud squelching noise caused the rest of my coven to whip their heads toward me. Problem solved. I wiped biscuit goop off on the trampled grass. Who brought the lie? One look at my face and Betty burst out laughing. Even Flo allowed herself a modest chuckle. Lord knows we were a violent bunch. Practically a death squad in our heyday. Me? Joan dug into her oversized bag. It's in here somewhere. Alkaline hydrolysis was our preferred method of body disposal, but it wasn't easily achieved in the field. That was why we mixed up magically regulated batches to supply the heat and pressure for the reaction. Found it. She tossed me a prescription bottle. That's the last of it. One good thing about getting old was all the free prescription pill bottles we recycled for spell storage. Sure, the containers were plastic and not glass, and those child-proof lids gave Betty fits. But free was free. Plus, no one looked twice at a granny with a few bottles rattling around in the bottom of her purse. They were the perfect camouflage. You know what that means. Betty danced in her seat. Margarita night at Ellie's. Footsteps rang out on the flagstone path, and I dumped the chalk-like powder over the biscuit remains. The 5 of us joined hands. Power trickled into me from them, and I murmured words to ignite the spell.